Thank you, Fiona. Thanks everyone for coming today. So today we'll show you how Clarity can track donations from the landing pages through the use of a custom URL link. So there'll be three parts to this. Hopefully we won't, you'll catch some of it at least. It is going to be quite quick. But the first part is that we create the landing, appeals page where all your content is. And then the second part is we create that custom tracking URL. So this custom URL you'll use for your various media, so such as your Facebook, Instagram ads, or even a messenger message, a WhatsApp or emails and others. And then the third part will be we'll just view the conversions that we have. So any conversions meaning donors that have made donations through that custom tracking URL. Okay, so this is the first thing we'll go through the content part. So just to show you what it looks like within Clarity, where you can create different content sections within the page. And then just to give you a brief idea about the capabilities of Clarity. Okay, so firstly, we're in the content module. As you can see, it's the first tab on the left. This is where all your pages will live. So you can see there are multiple pages here, so you can create as many as you like. And then in the second arrow, you can see that we've got friendly URLs. So you can create friendly URLs there too, so they are shorter and easier for people to get to. And these are just some examples that some of our organizations that have used Clarity has created these landing pages. As you can see, they're all different, then they're branded to what they wanted in their organization. So that's these ones here. And then we've got a few more to show you here. So you can see that even you can see there's donation widgets there. They look quite different, but they're all using Clarity. Okay, so there's a QR code here, which you can take, use your camera to take just scan it. And it's just the QR code of a video of where you can see the content creation within Clarity. So yeah, feel free to scan that, but we'll have this QR code at the end, the last slide as well. Okay, so Clarity content. So if we click on one of those pages before, if we go into more detail, this is what it looks like on the actual back end of Clarity. So you can see you've got your different sections, and then you've got your horizontal, we call them panels, but you can see in the first arrow, there's a background image within that section, the horizontal panel there. And then we've got more text that you can add. So in the second arrow, it just shows you that you can publish the page. You can schedule the page of when you want it to publish as well. And then in the third arrow, it's just some little tools, almost like you can move different sections up and down. You can delete them. You can add new ones. And this is all where you sort of build up, and you can add your donation widgets. You can add your case forms. You can add galleries and leader boxes. So this next part here, this screen just shows you that you can also preview your pages. So before you were looking at the desktop, so this is your desktop view. And then this view here is, for your tablets, your mobile view. You can just see how it looks like, just have a rough idea of what it looks like. Okay, so these are some of the donation widgets and engagement widgets that we have, some of the clients have. As you can see, you've got the first two is your donation widgets, just different styles and different, gifts that you can give. And then on the second two on the right side, you have sort of like a quiz that people can also engage in. So answering some questions, and then they can get to what they need to at the end, where you can set them up to go to a different page, whatever you wanted in your appeal. Okay, so this is another view of when we actually go into our content module, so into our page that we're starting to build. So this is adding, a donation widget here on the right. As you can see, you've got your different sort of gifts and frequencies that you can give. So you've got your single gift, you've got your regular gift toggle here. See that, and then you've got your select frequency, so you can either give once off, which is single gift, monthly or annually. And within these donation widgets, these $25, $50, $100, these are what we call almost like offers, donation amounts, and these can be changed within Clarity. So they're all done in that commerce module, which is the third tab there. You can change the text in there, you can change the amounts. So anything that is whatever works for your organization, we can do. Okay, so when we go into the edit of that donation widget just on the previous screen, you'll get this donation form editor. So this is where you actually select the offer that we were talking about that you've already created, and you want these ones to display on your donation widget. So you can choose different ones, and you can create multiple offers if you wanted, but this is where you select it to display on your, basically on your front end, your page. Okay, so a quick summary. I know it's quick, but this is, so far we've created the content for your landing page. We've added a donation widget to that page, and we've published the page. So that's first part done. Okay, so now we move on to the Connect module. So this is where you create campaigns, you create communication activities to send out. So communication activities, these are your emails that you send out, your marketing emails, your SMSs, and in this scenario today, we're going to create track donation links. Okay, so here we have Connect module. So this is our fourth tab here, Connect, and we're creating a new campaign. So we've already created one just to show you, so we don't take too much time, but here's a campaign we've created, so just called Donation Walkthrough. And then within that, we have multiple communication activities. So these are, you can see there's marketing emails, there's direct mail, there's link, so, and then more marketing emails. So every sort of communication activities within that campaign can sit in here. So it could be your summer campaign, winter campaign, whatever it is that you like, they all sit under there. So today's scenario, we're going to create a new communication activity, and it's going to be a link. Okay, once we click on that, you can see that we create a link type, and then conversion metering is new sales, just basically telling Clarity we want to track this link when someone makes a donation / sale, we call it. You can choose currency, and then the page here, it's just choosing that page. It will pre-fill. You just need to find that page that you've already created previously and add that in here. And then we've got source. So source, you can create them yourselves as well. And then further to this, you can add other relevant details like your UTM parameters. So these were the ones that allow you to track sources with more precision, basically. So essentially helping you to understand your referrals and direct traffic so that you can see them like maybe in Google Analytics. So it just helps you pinpoint exactly where these sources are coming from when someone has made a donation. Okay, so once you've added all that, so this particular link, just communication activity, just remember this, we've called it a summer appeal link. Okay, so once you click save, you actually get this link section here, which is the important part. We're going to copy this link, right? Which is like almost like a tiny URL, it's a shortened link. It'll be something like, https yourwebsite.com/ just a few little characters at the end. You copy this and you'll paste it into your Instagram ad, your Facebook ad, whatever it is that you're trying to track. Okay, so once someone has clicked on the ad, they'll get that link, and then this link will actually change to this link. So it's a quick change, you won't really even notice it. And then can you see how in this link, it's now changed to UTM_source, UTM campaign. So it's adding all those parameters into your URL. So this is when, you can see it in your Google Analytics, for instance, that this person has come through these sources that you've added within that custom URL. Okay, so after this, I'm going to just pretend I've made a sale through this link. So let's say I've donated whatever it is through this, and then Clarity will actually log me as a conversion. So anyone that has put through a donation through that special link that you've given them, they'll be added in as a conversion. So we'll go back to our communication activity just then that we just created. So the link has gone out to everyone, it's in your ads and people have clicked on it. So now we're back in here. We just want to see all our conversions. So we'll click on that summer appeal link. And then here under a performance report. So once there is a conversion, you'll see a performance report. So here it's just saying there's 4 conversions, meaning, 4 people have given through this link. And then you can see the one-off sales, there's total amount of $200 there, and then the average amount of $25. So if people actually gave through a recurring sale, so it means, not a one-off sale like a monthly or annually, whatever that you have on your donation widget, it will appear here as well. So this is just one view of your conversions. So now we're going to show you another view, which is in our commerce module. So we're in a different tab again. So this commerce module, we're in sales. So I'm just basically going to find everyone that has gone through that same link, but we've called, because that link we've called it is summer appeal link. So that's our communication activity. So we've come here and we're just gone in sales, which is basically a place where we've recorded everyone that has donated or transacted with a sale through the website. It's recorded in here. And then you can filter by, your channel, your sold date, status, whatever you like. And then in this case, I'm just looking for who has given through that specific communication activity. And that's my summer appeal link. And then here you can see if I've clicked through to Simon Bailey, you can see that, the communication activities appeared here too. And you can see, he's given through the online channel. The source was Facebook ads. Yeah, so that's another view. And then finally, you can also see it in another view, which is a broader view, which is the campaign level. So let's go to the context module. Okay, so this is this sixth tab here. So here it's in reports and lead performance report. So rather than going through that one communication activity like we have in sales, we can also see the campaign as a whole. So how it's doing as a whole campaign. So we can search by filtering the campaign here, and then you can change the type. So whether you just want it to leave that blank and not filter by that type, or you can just choose link or email, whatever you like. And then we just apply maybe a date filter if you have a specific date, apply filters, and then it'll give you like a broader view of your campaign. So for instance, this one has the same information because I've only filtered by these, but for conversions, total sales, one-off sales, etc. So yeah, so today I'll just provide a quick overview of tracking donations through your custom URLs. So thank you for your interest in Clarity. We just want to feel free to connect with us. So either through our website or through an email with Gemma, the email address is there. And I'll just give you a moment if you want to scan that QR code again to view any content creation that you're interested in. But otherwise, if you have further questions to this, please feel free to jump on the website or email us. So yeah.
Thanks so much for that. I'll just bring us back on screen. There we go. Lovely. So thank you for that overview. And we'd say to everyone who's watching right now, this is a really good opportunity for you to ask any questions at all that you have about Clarity. So please use the Q&A box to put your questions in or share your experience about how you currently do your tracking. We've got Raphael here with us from Clarity as well to help answer some questions. While people just think of the questions they might like to ask, I just wanted to ask, obviously that was focused on tracking communication activity that's digital. Does the platform enable you to track offline activities? So let's say you did a tele fundraising campaign as a stream into an appeal. What would be the process of using Clarity for that activity?
So there is other ways like direct mail, which we didn't show you today, but basically through direct mail, you can go through Clarity and you can create almost like a list of people that you want in that direct mail, and everyone will be given like a unique code. So that unique code will then get added to, let's say, your Word document, and then your direct mail people will just send them out. So every potential donor will have a unique code. Then your team will collect these letters back, and then they'll plug in that unique code into Clarity's console. What we call console is another sort of like a quick sale end of Clarity, and they put in that details, and that unique code actually quickly brings up all the donors' details, and then that communication activity as well. So it logs, if they were a previous giver, or it just logs them as new giver. So it's very quick. And then in console as well, you can also choose the communication activity that you want people to give to. So there's different ways of doing it, but yes, it's definitely other non-digital ways.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. We've just got a question here. How does Clarity connect with or work in conjunction with an existing database such as Raiser's Edge?
I can answer that. We have a realm of features for end-to-end, like from start to end of your fundraising journey. So mainly showed some features there around, content pages and sending out emails and tracking. and she mentioned about direct mail and telemarketing, but the realm of features really Clarity is for all your fundraising needs. But we understand that if you have already existing platforms that you work with and you are not ready to transition all of your fundraising needs to Clarity, we can totally look at integrating. And we've done that before with other platforms until so that you can use part of the functionalities in Clarity and continue using what you have. But we can definitely look at like each case and each platform. We've done this before with other ones, and even assist with migrating. I really encourage you into looking at the different features that Clarity provides, because you've had clients come to us with a need for what Manly was showing here, content pages and email tracking. And after seeing everything that Clarity offers, you might actually consider, oh, it might be worth consolidating everything. It reduces costs, it reduces admin time, and it might be more beneficial. So you can recommend getting in touch with us and see what the options are for your case scenario there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Please do keep adding questions if you have them. I was just curious, and it might be hard to think about this off the top of your head, but something you mentioned was a feature where people can add a quiz to their donation page. Now, it's not something I ever did when I was fundraising, but it seems like a great idea. Can you just give us a couple of examples of what that might look like? What kind of quizzes do organizations feature, and how does it help them with their fundraising on their donation pages?
Yeah, so there's a few quizzes that a lot of organizations do. So one of them, this one that you saw the example was regarding sex trafficking. So it was just like engaging people in a different way of seeing their knowledge of, and awareness of what the issues are. And then they've actually tried to even go in more detail. So they create different quizzes for different age groups. So if someone has clicked on, a certain age group, then they'll target their marketing towards those, that audience. So like if it's a survivor of that age group, they'll send them information about that. So at the end of the quiz, they'll fill in the form, and then, they'll get their email address, and, if they add their first name and last name, that sort of thing, then they'll target different case studies and then send them just to add more engagement in there. And they can, you'll relate to someone that's, I guess, your age group. So it's sort of more specific marketing. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's all managed within the platform. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And I just wanted to ask, you showed us some examples of really beautiful donation pages that different organizations had on Clarity. Were they all designed within Clarity, and are there kind of a variety of templates or where people can drag assets in, or how does that side of it work?
Yeah, so people come with their branding. So a lot of the ones that you saw just then, some have their entire website on Clarity, or some have just created a subdomain to use within Clarity. So that means they still have their own content section, but they have these, engagement and donation widgets within Clarity. So they'll give us kind of their branding, and we'll make their site as much as possible look like their normal site that they still have and they want to keep. And then but with the donation widgets, there is just the branding that will apply. So it'd be just the colors, the basic things. We wouldn't change the entire donation widget unless you wanted that, and it will, let you know how long that takes, and there's a lot to that. Yeah, but usually you just give us your branding style and we can just apply that.
Okay. Yeah. And what payment gateway do you use for your donation widgets?
So integrate with a variety of payment gateways. So normally it would be then the gateway of your choice that you already work with and you're familiar with. I think most of the integrations that we have are with Stripe. It's very reliable. Everyone really likes it. But we've worked with other ones, Secure Pay and PayPal and other ones as well. Yeah. Okay,
fantastic.
So the Clarity is not payment. You're not tied into a particular payment processing gateway. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And final question from me, if there's none from anybody else. You mentioned, and obviously this is a huge area of focus, you mentioned the tracking linking into Google Analytics. Can you just quickly run back over that and just explain how that works? Because I didn't get my head around that.
Yeah. So if I think from some marketing people, they would have, they would want to know where sort of this person has landed on the page or how they came about this, page. So we use UTM parameters. So you can, if you're a marketing person, you create your UTM parameters yourself. So you'd have, let's say, for example, a Facebook ad 1, which you use for a certain type of ad, Facebook ad 2, which you're using for a different one. So it's like you're just putting these parameters onto this link that you create, just so you know, okay, this one comes from Facebook ad 1, and we know what that one looks like and it's doing better. So it's more just you setting these parameters up for yourself and then putting them into Clarity so that we can help you track where they're coming from, what traffic, which sources are coming from where, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you to everyone who's come along.